If you haven't seen the previous video in this series, follow the link on your screen or click the link in the description or pinned comment below.
Haha, New Line Cinema.
What's wrong with New Line Cinema? They have a sick logo, and they don't copyright claim any of my videos.
Sonya Blade waits despite having him in her crosshairs so that the nameless baddie can fire off enough rounds to kill several innocent people before she takes him out.
Yeah, but aren't these scenes happening at the same time, Jer? She's not waiting. They showed you her readying her weapon and the thug coming out from Hammerspace.
Why is a henchman attempting to kill Sonya when Shang Tsung wants her at the tournament?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
Also, none of these partying dancers gives any f**ks about the gunfire going on not 3 feet from them.
You ever been to a mosh pit? I can tell you can't hear sh**. You might also randomly get punched in the face and nobody cares.
The Penis Tower.
The Penis Tower?
But there's no one else.
So are you saying that
There can be only one.
That's not a sin for the movie. That's you making an obscure joke that people would then have to go into your comment section in order to understand.
every f**king person on this pier is welding something right now?
Lamp, 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 lamp.
Shang Tsung supposedly brings Scorpion and Sub-Zero down here to kick some ass, once again forgetting that he brought these people here for an important fighting tournament.
I feel like Shang Tsung isn't really one to fight fair. He's either trying to soften them up or eliminate them from competing, probably with death or an injury. Don't forget, Outworld is trying to win 10 consecutive tournaments so they can invade Earthrealm. These tournaments are set up by the gods, and Shang is following orders from Shao Kahn to recruit them.
Your sideshow freaks attack my fighters.
Your fighters? Then why was Shang Tsung the one that tricked Sonya and Johnny Cage into being here?
Sonya, Johnny, and Liu are all destined to fight in this tournament. This is why Shang Tsung specifically recruited Sonya and Johnny. They represent Earthrealm, and as Raiden is the god and protector of Earthrealm, his line makes sense.
That is expressly forbidden before the tournament.
So if Shang Tsung had successfully broken the rules, would he have just forfeited the tournament? Seems like an unwise game plan, even if you're pure evil.
The problem is, the Elder Gods rarely, if ever, enforce the rules on mortals. They will crack down on Raiden if he gets involved, though. They're about as lackadaisical as you are watching these movies.
Come with me.
Come with you where? Isn't this the time for walking and not teleporting?
I don't think that was a teleport, considering you actually see his spirit go up the ladder.
To enter the realm of Earth, the Emperor's demon sorcerer Shang Tsung and his warriors have to win 10 straight victories in Mortal Kombat.
Who made up that f***ing rule?
This is a universe with gods, and as such, gods like to make up arbitrary rules that make no sense when you look at them critically. Like, why can't I wear clothing made from different kinds of fabric? You might think I became an atheist because of the condoning of slavery in the Bible, or even the hilarious fiction that is Noah's Ark, but in reality, it was because they said I can't wear my high school Letterman jacket from 2007. F*** you, Leviticus.
The essence of Mortal Kombat is not about death, but life.
I don't know, Raiden. I played Mortal Kombat a bunch back in the day, and I don't remember anyone in the game saying keep him alive when his life meter went down.
I think that's kind of the point, Jer. Raiden is speaking to the audience as much as these three. Most people believe that Mortal Kombat is about the gore, but his point is that this all happens to preserve life here on Earth. You gotta crack a few eggs if you want to save the realm.
Penis Mountains.
Penis Mountains.
Is anybody monitoring?
Well, you're in the demon realm now, so probably not.
Are you speaking to the character in the movie?
I know he's a Hollywood diva and all, but damn, he's still a guy, right? Why so many f***ing bags?
Sinning this means you don't know he's a Hollywood diva and all. I mean, that's sexist.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like the guy brought kicking and punching to an ice fight.
But it's still a flawless victory, right? I mean, he never touched him, so I'm wondering what the point of this sin was. Are you criticizing the guy for fighting Sub-Zero in the first place? Bihan has this advantage no matter who fights him.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need your help.
That is literally the first time you've ever said anything remotely close to that.
Actually, it's not, and I can prove it since I've learned how to capture movie footage.
I'm looking for a murderer. He boarded this ship.
But it is my boat, and if you'd like a tour, I'd love to give it to you myself.
Be nice to the lady. She's just doing her job.
When I want backup, I'll radio for it.
Does every room in this castle come with a table full of food, including complimentary giant chickens?
Of course not. This room belongs to Goro, Outworld's current champion, so that's why there's an embarrassment of riches.
Why are there 3 guys each fighting Johnny Cage and Liu Kang, but Sonya only gets 1 guy?
I don't know, but something tells me if she were fighting another woman, you'd have a problem with it.
Well, hell, I can do that.
But can you do this?
Sonya cuts her black pants into short shorts, which is awesome. Let's just admire that for a second. The only problem is that we should be admiring it for the rest of the movie because there's no way she could have packed an extra pair of pants for this trip that she didn't know was happening.
That's a fairly astute observation. Too bad you got it from the goofs section of the film's IMDb page. All you did was change around the words for your sin. This is copy your friend's homework, but change it up a bit from high school all over again.
Why are the first two fights on the beach with Shang Tsung there and like over 100 spectators, and then bam, suddenly Johnny Cage is fighting Scorpion in an empty orchard? What the f***?
Shang Tsung stated quite clearly that the island will be the battleground.
From this moment on, my island will be your battleground.
The rules further state that I can warp you into another dimension at any time.
There are no rules against supernatural abilities. Didn't we watch Sub-Zero turn a dude into a monksicle?
Oh shit, he's gonna shoot fire at me. Bones. Ah, shield. Perfect.
Yes, these are all dead fighters from the past. Of course at least one of them had a shield.
Is that picture supposed to be something Johnny Cage carries around all the time?
Yes, that is something he carries around all the time. At least that's what the games say.
Finish him. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless victory. Friendship. Friendship?
To win your next match.
Your next match? This is Mortal Kombat.
What are you trying to say here? This is a tournament, and clearly he's going to continue fighting. What was the point of this sin again?
Use the element which brings life.
What, cadmium?
Don't listen to CinemaSins, kids. Cadmium is toxic and can take away your life, not give it to you.
You disappoint me. Not very wise.
Yeah, so tough words from Shang Tsung here, but now this fight is over for some reason, and Liu Kang starts fighting Sub-Zero, and Katana shows up, unharmed, using telekinesis to tell Liu about the element that brings life.
Telekinesis? Telekinesis?
Sub-Zero starts slowly creating an ice shield around him. Never mind that we saw him totally ice a dude in like a second before the tournament began.
I'm so glad I figured out how to capture footage, because this is blatantly wrong. Sub-Zero was summoning ice like this in the first scene. My only problem is that it takes this long in the first place, because in the games, he can spam it.
Use the element which brings life.
Well, now why did you tell him to remember your words if you were just going to show up and say them again with your brain?
Yeah, but she's not using telepathy to tell him. He's just remembering. I mean, telekinesis? Telekinesis?
Who the f*** are these guys?
Ryu, Evilkin, and Dan.
This is a Hollywood movie about Mortal Kombat, a game known for its finishing moves, and the big bad Goro's first finishing move is a shoulder bump?
You have to understand the time period in which this movie came out. Mortal Kombat had been facing a large amount of scrutiny for its depiction of gore, and there was no way a movie based on the property was going to get away with those shenanigans. Besides, this is actually something Goro did in the games.
Apparently Shang Tsung no longer has to stand over people to take their souls, he can do remote soul taking now.
Sure, but when did the movie state that he had to stand over someone to do so? Why does the distance matter to you anyway?
Only one thing can defeat you. Your own fear.
Well, and also a supernatural being who is 8'2" and has 4 huge arms can defeat you.
But he doesn't defeat Johnny, because Johnny doesn't allow fear to consume him. Therefore, Raiden is right, and you're wrong.
Mortal Kombat. We fight it.
Raiden states that Johnny's weakness is to jump into any fight to prove himself, and now he's smiling when Johnny does the very thing he said was his weakness.
Raiden is actually smiling because Johnny Cage is the first to realize the purpose of this tournament, which is showing character growth. Saying his weakness is that he's reckless doesn't mean he can't fight at all. Otherwise, what would be the purpose?
Goro breaks Johnny's sunglasses, but the lenses remain intact.
You said that like it was impossible. You can break the glasses while the lenses themselves remain intact. You misread the IMDb Goofs entry here. This is what happens when you copy someone else's homework. When the teacher calls on you, you can't accurately answer the question.
Those were $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Goro's just now acting surprised that Johnny is behind him after Johnny says an entire sentence.
He said 7 words in less than 3 seconds. In other words, no, I'm not giving you this one.
What the fuck is Johnny doing right now? Is there some reason he can't come in from outside and help Liu Kang?
This is Mortal Kombat. There is no ganging up on opponents. It's 2013, man. Trust the process.
Liu Kang just hit forward, and high kick. It's not hard after you practice.
No, he held low kick for 5 seconds since this movie was made in 1994, but wasn't released until after Mortal Kombat 3 came out. Did you ever play this game?
He's hunched over! Kick him into the spikes!
He does.
flawless victory.
Does anyone in this movie know what the word flawless means?
This is a movie based on a fighting video game. In fighting games, there's a concept called rounds. Liu Kang won round 1, Shang Tsung won round 2, and Liu Kang won round 3 without being hit. Hence,
flawless victory.